chasing after the sun. We would be amazing together as one. Oh, there's no turning back for the both of us. No point of denying the truth. Let go of the past and get stronger. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. 'Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in the fire between us. Believe in the fire between us. I know what you're facing, I know what you fear. But soon you'll be ready, your mind will be clear. There's no turning back for the both of us. No point of denying the truth. Let go of the past and get stronger. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. 'Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in the fire between us. The love in our hearts is causing these flames. The will in our minds will keep them forever. Just believe in the fire between us. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. 'Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us. Believe in me, believe in love. Believe in the fire between us. 'Cause it will be so heavenly. Just believe in the fire between us.
We've had this conversation and you seem to agree with me. But when there's complications, you withdraw and leave me to be. When there's a problem, you become like a wall. And every time I trip, it's a free fall. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You don't have to save me, just be my parachute. When I'm feeling down, you're just not there, making sure I'm okay. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You hold me back, days ago. You hold me back. you now. When we're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. I know love now. And you're stuck in my mind. When we're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. Friends don't like that I'm with somebody, that I'm with somebody, oh no, oh no. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody, oh, oh. I've got sunshine, I've got you now. When we're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. I know love now, and you're stuck in my mind. When we're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. Friends don't like that I'm with somebody, that I'm with somebody, oh no, oh no. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody, oh, oh.
What's up, y'all? So, someone said no sound. So, did the entire thing not have sound on it? Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. I'm trying a new setup. All right, I'm here. Okay, so I'm going to take the headset off and let me know if you can hear me. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me now? Because I'd rather not have the headset on. Check, check. Okay, sweet. So I am, oh, that's ugly. Do that. That's ugly too. Do that. All right, so I've got some things going on today. I got a computer. So I am coming to you live. Oh, first of all, welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean. I'll be your host. I got this computer around noon, and then kind of at the last minute, I decided, I'm just gonna do my live stream from this and see what it's like. I only have one monitor. Now, granted, it's probably a 44-inch monitor. So I've got a couple screens going on, but we're going to see if this works out to be able to just kind of live stream from one monitor. Probably by next week, I will have 2 screens in front of me, but I'm still trying to figure out where I want to work during the day, where I want to game, and where I want to do my live stream from. So yeah. But first of all, let me see how this is. All right. I'm gonna do a couple things real quick because yeah, that's all I'm gonna do. All right. Let me see if I can share something real quick. All right, so that all worked. All right, so we got the chat up. We got audio coming in from a microphone. We look good. We got people in here chatting. I think tonight's going to be a good night. It was off to a weird start, but yeah. So let's get this ball on the road. That made no sense. So yeah. All right. So let's do roll call real quick. Giggles. TJ was the first one in the house. It was good to hang out with you this weekend. Always good to see your laughing face. Who else we got else in the chat? Oh, by the way, there's a link in the stream that looks like this: talkstudio.streamlabs.com, and then a bunch of goobly-gop. If you click on that, you can join the live stream and we can hang out. So there might be some people that went to the South Florida Drone Meetup that want to hang out and talk. And I would love for that to happen. And that's going to be there every week. And I would really like to hang out with you guys and talk to you guys. So I don't want my live stream to be all about me all the time. So that is pinned in the chat. And right now I'm looking at it on the screen. It really just has my name next to it. It says join the stream. But if you click on the 3 dots next to it, it'll open up. And you'll be able to click on the link and actually come in here and hang out. Okay? So that's going to be open there. All right? So who else we got in the house? Steven Drones is in the house. Welcome, Steve. He said, I'm back in one piece. Yeah, it was an interesting last couple days, but I'm here. Everything's good. Jack Rabbit is in the house. What's up, man? Hope you're having a good night. It was good hanging out with you. East Coast Thrills in the house with the Memoji. Ray Kelly's in the house. What's up, Ray? Hope you're having a good night. Always enjoy the South Florida Drone Meetup, so it was a good time. Jim's Droning's in the house. What's up, Jim? Hope you're having a good night. Ray's like number 3. Nice. Who else we got? Ray, Jim, Ray. Oh, someone else. Gary's in the house. What's up, Brent? Wait. Brent Ariel's in the house. What's up, Gary? Flip that. Hope you're having a good night. I was a little upset that I didn't get to see you this weekend, but I'm glad you're here. Who else we got? Did I already say hi to Jim? I don't know if I did or not, but Jim, hope you're having a good night. Ooh, I'm already yawning, y'all. I still haven't recovered from the trip. I went to bed at like 7 last night. I got up at 4, which didn't help. Who else we got in the house? Bob Casey's in the house. What's up, Bob? Hope you're having a good night. Everybody, if you can think about it, whenever you think about it, Bob had some flooding in his area. So if you would keep Bob and his neighbors in your prayer. He showed me a video last night of a lot of really high water around his property. And so, yeah, if you would just keep Bob and all of his neighbors and everybody that's been affected by the floods in Kentucky, just keep them in your prayers and your thoughts. We'd really appreciate it. Who else we got? Novice Quad's in the house. What's up, Novice? I don't know if I know you, or at least I don't know your handle. Did we meet this weekend, or have we met in the past? Let me know. 8 more possums in the house. So it looks like Gary said that Novice Quads is Lawrence. I don't remember a Lawrence. Maybe I did meet a Lawrence. I don't remember. I'm getting old, y'all, and I don't remember a lot of things. But everybody else seems to know Lawrence. Oh, okay. So those guys is Novice Quads. And I believe, forgive me if I'm wrong, but those guys last year went around making videos of everybody. So I think that's who that is, but I don't remember you this year. I honestly didn't get to talk to everybody, but hope you're having a good night. And hopefully I will get to know. Yep. Okay. And I believe I got one of your shirts. Not this year, but last year. Okay, so Novice Quads wasn't there, so I'm not losing my mind. I did not talk to you this year. I talked to you last year, and I know exactly who you guys are. I think I almost hit you guys with my drone. I think I was at the pavilion at the far right, and I was coming down with my DJI Avata, and you guys were walking up, and then after I took my Avata off, I think you guys interviewed several of us at the same time. We said something. Okay, sweet. I'm not losing my mind. So to give you guys kind of a rundown of what happened this weekend, just from my personal So I drove to. This is just a quick recap of my travels, and then we'll get into uh, how cool the event was and all that kind of stuff. So Thursday night, or no, Thursday, I drove down to Cairo, Georgia, and spent the night at this cute little um, campsite, um, campground. And I was planning on setting up my tent and then going to town, either to Thomasville, Georgia or Cairo, Georgia. And I was going to eat fine dinner somewhere. Um, and I, just enjoy my night. But when I got there, it probably took me, I don't know, about an hour to set up camp. And by the time I did that, I was like, I don't feel like going anywhere. So the campground that I stayed at had Hunt's Brothers pizza stuff um, in their store, and they could cook a pizza for you, or they could cook some hot wings. So I got these little boneless nugget wing things, um, and and I went into my tent and I went to go live, and apparently I actually went live, but I also saw that Ray Kelly was going live. And so I was like, I'm just going to join that chat. So I went over and hung out with that chat. While I was in that chat, and I talked for maybe 15, 20 minutes, um, I was live on my channel with just a blank screen. So that was the first night. And I have a video of that experience. So let me see. Um, let me see if I can pull that up. Um, okay, so Scotty says it's Cairo. Um, so I don't have that video. All right, so not going to show that video. Again, I switched computers at the last minute and um, don't have access to those videos. But so anyway, I set up camp. I may have pictures on Club Foxhorn though. Let's see if I got pictures. Oh, you know what? I sent a picture to my wife, so I'm going to put the picture on Club Foxhorn. And then I can show you guys what that looked like. Wait. Oh, you know what? I did not send pictures to my wife. I instead, you know what? I bet I can post the video. Let's do that. That's the beauty of live, y'all. I can do whatever I want to and talk amongst yourself while I get this done. I don't know why I just did that. That was kind of zesty. All right, let's see if this works out. Never mind. I think I know where the video is. I feel kind of stupid. Let's see. Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make my bath time most so fun. Rubber ducky, you're still the one for me. Yes, I did actually set up camp. All right. So the other thing that I did was I ran out of space on my phone. So I stopped at lunch one day and I moved all of my files over to my hard drive. But then, hopefully I can find it. This might be a waste. Let's see what's down at the end. I don't know if this is going to work, y'all. This is where planning comes in handy. Oh, well, I'm not going to show that to you because I can't find it. Let me go back in here and see if anybody else showed up. Flying Fun Media, what's up? Hope you're having a good night. Welcome to the chat. Charles Gillespie's in the house. What's up, Charles? Hello. Hope you're having a good night. Did I miss anybody? All right, so set up camp. I decided setting up camp for me was a tent, and I'm sure you saw it, Brett, by this point. But yeah, I got a tent that hooks up to the back of my SUV with the tailgate open, not the tailgate, with the hatch open, and so it allowed me to hang out. I got a desk and a chair, and I was like hanging out in live stream in my tent. And actually, the silver tent made my lighting really, really nice. It was like this. I was inside of a huge softbox, so it was pretty cool. Okay, so story time. So from there, the next day I got up and I was going to drive to Okeechobee, but I spent a lot of time on the phone trying to get a hold of the RV park in Okeechobee, Florida. And they called me like just in the nick of time to be able to check in. They said I didn't have to drive there and check in, so I drove straight to Sticks, which is a bowling alley that we all hang out at on Friday night. And I got to hang out with a lot of cool people there, eat some chicken bites and some amazing pretzel bites they were just awesome. So so that was fun. And then after that, I went back to Lake Okeechobee and set up. And then, which, Brent, that was just driving up and putting my screens over my windows, plugging in, and going to sleep. And then after that, when I woke up in the dark, and I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to get the sunrise. Now, a lot of people meet up at Jensen Beach or the causeway at Jensen Beach to record the sunrise. But I stayed at such an awesome location that I thought it would be really, really cool to just record the sunrise there. So I looked at AirAware and I figured out that there was a military, like a military testing route that was literally right next to my campsite. And when I looked at the map, I had to go, to capture the sunrise. The sunrise is in the east. So you've got to go west to east to capture the sunrise. And me, I was as far east as I could go without having like cautionary flight. So I ended up flying west, or no. Yeah, I ended up flying west for a little bit. Then I turned around, I put my drone in cruise control, and I went east. So look forward to that video coming up on my channel this week. All right, so I did live stream from the tent, but it wasn't my live stream. I joined Ray Kelly's live stream. I believe it was Ray's live stream. So if you want to see what I look like in the tent, you can go watch Ray's live stream from Thursday night. Okay? But don't do that now because you're watching my live stream. Do it later. Okay. Yeah, Ray said Sticks was awesome. It was a really fun time. It was a really fun time. So I got a really good view of the sunrise, and then got in the car, drove to the causeway. When I got to the causeway, it was super windy, so windy that I was afraid to take the drone up. I ended up taking my 5-inch Avata up in the air, and then I took my Avata 2 up in the air. The Avata 6-inch, or sorry, the 5-inch Avata did pretty well, but it was still kind of bouncing me around, and the whole flight for me was like crooked each time. So we'll see when we watch the final footage to see if it ever, if the stabilization did a good job of straightening it out. The Avata 2 did not fly very well in the wind at all. And I was going to take the Air 3S up there, but I was like, you know what? I got some footage of what the day looked like. I was okay. So we had a great time at the meet. I got to meet a lot of people. I thought it would be, I didn't get to take many pictures. Oh, Scotty's in the back room. We got a guest.
I've been back there for a little while. I couldn't get your attention, so I figured out the way to get your attention.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh,
were you over there waving and stuff?
No, I figured you'd see eventually, but then I was having some audio problems anyway, so I had to go fix that first.
All right. Is it so everybody in the chat, is there an echo right now?
Are you hearing one?
I don't hear an echo.
Yeah. Shouldn't be. Not at least.
All right. Check. All right, sweet. Yeah, I just got this computer today, so I don't have my setup perfect.
So you see John Flynn is in there. Yeah. You have to call him Carbon Flynn now.
Flynn?
Yeah, he was awarded He was awarded one of these.
Okay, I remember him.
Yep. That's it's too bad you couldn't have been at the hotel with us, because I don't know if you knew it, but Johnny was he donated a bunch of parts for them to build a drone at the meetup.
Yeah.
And because of the wind and stuff, it never happened. So they actually built it in the lobby at the hotel.
Oh, that's cool.
And John and his wife was off eating dinner. And when he got back, they gave it to him. They decided to give it to him.
Oh, that's awesome.
So if you go to Joe, I always call him Joe Fotolito, but if you go to Joe's channel, he actually posted them presenting that to him. But that was one of the special moments to me as far as the South Florida drone meetup. That was a cool time.
Yeah. I think my favorite part of the South Florida drone meetup, if I'm going to pick a favorite part, was Lloyd, the grumpy vlogger, winning Bob Casey's American flag.
Yeah, that was.
I thought out of all the people there,
yeah,
Lloyd deserved that the most.
And that's a huge win too, because I mean, Bob puts his heart in those things.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, if I'm not mistaken, I feel like Lloyd was like a pilot in the Army, wasn't he? Or in the Navy or something?
He did serve.
Because I feel like I heard a story of him taking the motion controller and putting it on a stick, and he made like this big contraption so he can fly his Avata just like he's flying. He was flying a jet back in the day or something.
I know Rodney was in the Navy. Oh, Bob is in Air Force. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was something. Bam Drones is in the house. What's up, Bam?
I don't think you were at Dolman Park either. Another funny event that I saw. Well, we were flying FPV and everything, and again, Joe was flying his FPV, and of course, he's doing a lot of flips and flops. And Johnny decided to do his imitation of flying, so he's over the remote. He's doing this and then doing it behind his back, and he even got down on the ground and started rolling. It was hilarious. Actually, John Flynn was actually trying. He didn't. If you want to see that, go to, I think it's on Facebook with John Flynn, or either there, or go to Johnny's page. But John Flynn was the one that filmed it. It was hilarious.
Let me see.
I'll tell you something else you missed by not being at the hotel. Dennis Lovelady gets up early in the morning and does the sunrise. And so while they're setting up, Rodney Bell grabbed his ukulele and was playing it like it was a guitar. And Bob Casey caught this. So if you go to Bob Casey's channel, you'll get to see this. But I thought, what did Bob call him? He said, you play that thing like it's a Saturday night drunk. It was hilarious. It was funny too. Yeah, so that I guess that's just a picture, but somewhere in there, oh, that's the drone. Yeah, okay, that's the drone they gave him.
Yeah,
man, that thing was sweet. They flew it, but I guess Joe, I guess it was on YouTube for Joe. If you go there, you'll get that. But and then Bob Case, if you go to his YouTube, that's your setup, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was checking to see if anybody put on anything on the Club Fox one.
Locally they say Cairo, even though you pronounced it right. It is spelled like Cairo, but if you're around here, you say Cairo.
All right. See, there's something I know what I was going to do. I wanted to go through, so I'm not used to this new computer, but Alex, um, we're going to see a lot of pictures of Alex, but he posted a lot of pictures of people at the drone meetup. So I thought we'd go through Alex's account of who all was there. He's going to be in every one of these pictures, but I think he went around and took a selfie of everybody.
Yeah, Alex is a good guy.
Yep. So we're going to run through these pictures real quick. I don't know a lot of people's names.
Oh, this is the drone. That's actually the drone right there. So
Okay.
let me just explain this to you. So there's John Flynn, the tallest guy there. And Johnny was the one that gave all the parts for it. Joe on his left hand side, he put it together, and Maddie actually used Betaflight and got it all balanced out. And then Ken, he provided some Betaflight instructions too. So those guys there were the ones that pretty much put that drone together and gave it to John, and it was sweet.
That's awesome.
That thing was quiet. It was nice. It was a nice. It was a little. It was a 3.5-inch drone, but they put 3-inch blades on it, and it was pretty good.
That's cool. Yeah, I was hoping to hang out with Maddie, but I didn't get to talk to him much at Sticks. I just said hi and shook his hand, and then I was expecting him to be there Saturday, but he wasn't. And
yeah, he didn't show back up until Sunday.
So,
yeah, he got the Sticks late too. I mean, I didn't hardly get to talk to him either. That's Rick Williamson. I don't know if you know Rick.
Yeah.
Rick's quite a character. I don't know who that is. Of course, Bob Dempsey. And Jay Santiago from New York. That's Chris Christopherson or Chris. I don't know how to say Chris's last name. I don't know who that guy is.
That guy looks like a loser. No, I'm just kidding.
Sean, I didn't hardly get to talk to you. I mean, we talked a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, I signed your poster.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. It was brief moments, and we just. I was thinking about that. I remember seeing you, and man, there's so much going on.
Yeah.
Yep. Bob put it. Drone Life RC. That's Chris.
Yeah, this year went by really, really fast for me. Like, I feel like the first day, like the first year I was there, the day was really, really long. And then I don't really remember last year being short or long, but this year I remember, I think I got there the earliest I've ever gotten there before. And I don't know. I feel like maybe because the pizza got there so late, like it was like as soon as we got pizza, like we ate, we did the raffle went by quicker, and then it was over. Like we took a picture and did a raffle, and then it was just gone.
Bob Casey corrected me. If you wanted to see the drunken Saturday Night Drunk, Rodney, it's on Rodney's channel. He posted it, but it is Bob Casey's video. But I don't think Rodney was the one that actually put it up. That's Ashley. That's Paul Brown's wife.
All right. And Paul Brown's channel is like
Wedging Big.
What is it?
Wedging Big.
Wedging Big.
Is there more to it?
Yeah. When I finally saw his video, I was like, I put two and two together. Like when people come up to me and they say like, I'm on your live streams, but like, and they say, what their name is, and their name doesn't have anything to do with what I see all the time. But when I finally saw what his YouTube channel looked like, um,
There's
had me
Johnny
ready.
Drumming Flyers in the chat. That's Joel.
What's
We
up,
got to
Johnny?
meet
Hope you're having a good
Joel
night.
for the first time. Sky. Oh, golly, I did this last night. Sky High Views or Sky High Media.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I should know, and I don't. But you know, when you see it in the chat, I know who it is. But
Yeah. You've got the master list. You got the poster with their faces on it.
yeah, but it's getting hard to keep up with it now. You know, like you said, I asked you to sign the poster, and I can't remember where everybody's at anymore.
Yeah.
And I even made a mistake of thinking I had somebody on there, and they weren't on there. That's Dan. I call him Dan Drone Worship, and Jen, his girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew Dan from a long time ago. We showed up on
So
a
you
couple
probably
live
knew him
streams
as
together.
Drone Worship as well, right?
Yep. Yeah, we had a friendly debate about the Paradanafi. That was kind of when we first met.
I like how you I like how you said that because I know what that means.
Yeah, I mean, we were both respectful. I'm one of the few. I have a feeling I'm pretty good at having a decent conversation with just about anybody, no matter how, um, how abrasive they can be. And I think
You can be diplomatic about it.
yeah, we've always had good conversations, and I've always been like, I like to love people no matter how they treat me,
Right.
and so I feel like doing that to him, I've earned his respect,
Right.
and his girlfriend, last year was the first year she was there, and I feel like I made her comfortable and not, I could tell she was awkward, so I went and talked to her and made her feel comfortable, and then this year, like, I feel like I was one of the first people she came up and talked to. So,
well, I think she talked to quite a few people this time. I mean, it seems I think probably what you did helped her in the group.
Yeah.
It's because I saw her talking to quite a few people this time, and I think you're right. I think I remember that first year, and she wasn't as. I mean, I don't know that maybe we weren't either. So.
Well, yeah, I know my wife was like, I took my wife to the first one I went to. My wife was there, and she spent the whole time, like, she found someone else's wife, and then they just kind of hung out and talked the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And but that's what she wanted to do. She didn't want me to go around and introduce her to everybody. She wanted to just take a free trip to the beach and let me have my fun.
Man, my wife, there's Paul right there. I went. My wife went once, and she says, "That's enough of that."
Yeah. I feel like all the wives come once.
Yeah. So Dusty there, he's look. We're all. I mean, I'm a prime example too. I was the same way. I was standoffish and didn't want to talk, and Dusty was definitely mixing up with us. I mean, I've seen Dusty every time. I know I definitely talked to him last year, but Dusty was right in there with us today, this time. So
yeah, I was glad to see him come out of his shell. I not that he is in his shell all the time, but I know last year I had a mission to go talk to Dusty. I had a mission to go talk to John Carroll. Like, there were some people that like months ahead of time, they were like, I can't wait to see you. And I was like, whenever someone actually wants to see me, I want to see them too. I don't want to, there's some people that you see at meetups, and they're super friendly on their channel, but then they're kind of not as friendly in person. And you're like, well, that guy's a completely different person. I like to go there, and the community is the whole point for me.
Did you get to meet Josh? Josh is standing in the background right there behind Lloyd.
Yeah. So he was on Ray's live stream. He was the hotel on the Ray's live stream the night before.
Right.
And he was like the superstar. Like, everybody was introducing him as.
Yeah.
the new
Yeah,
guy.
he a 16-hour drive, I think, from Pennsylvania or Philadelphia. I forgot.
Oh, dang.
Thank you, Joel, Skyfly Network. I tell you what, that Bob Casey, he's right on it.
Yep. Yeah, Bob's good.
That's
Now, who's this
Steve.
guy?
That's Maple Steve right there. That's Steve Jennis.
Maple Steve?
Jeness. I think I finally learned how to say it.
Okay. Is he the one that brought all the fudge?
No, well, it wasn't fudge. It was a maple.
Oh,
Well, I mean, maybe it was a fudge, but it was with maple syrup.
well,
But he had the candy. You mean when you signed in that piece that candy that was right there by the sign up
yeah,
table?
yeah.
Yeah, that was him, and he was also the one who gave away all the jars of maple syrup.
Okay.
I
Is he from
actually
Canada?
won one. I got one here, so I guess it's in the kitchen.
Is he from Canada? Is that why?
Vermont.
Oh,
Yep.
all right.
I told him, I said, he and I had to go drink a beer together. That's Marcus. And so it sticks. We drank that beer.
Oh, nice.
Well, Jim, you should have been there. There were some funny people there. I only hang with the funny people. Oh, so John Flynn's wife won a bottle of maple syrup.
Oh, really? Nice.
There's Bob again, right on. Steve Jennis, Vermont Views.
Nice. There's Barkley and Genesee.
Yeah, and they weren't necessarily going to be there. And they came from Philadelphia as well. I don't know. They had a long trip because they went on that cruise. Then they had to fly to, again, I can't remember if it was Philadelphia or Pennsylvania. And then they drove all the way back and went to the South Florida Drone Meetup.
That gum. That's a lot of driving.
So Bob got that. Did you hear what Rick Williamson did you? I don't know if you heard or not.
Uh-uh.
So Rick is in North Carolina, and he left Friday the day before, or the week before the event. And instead of going to it, he went all the way out to Texas and met Chris Hope with his sunrise. He showed up out there.
Oh my gosh.
Surprised Chris. And so on his way back, he goes to Johnny Droneflyer's house, and they spent the night there. And Johnny always stops here. That's why I wasn't around when you were at Cairo. Otherwise, I would have come up there to see you.
Yep.
But we left on Tuesday, but Rick ended up spending the night here, and we all got up on Tuesday and left. There's Philip Koshat.
Yep. I met Koshat at Minefield this year.
Yeah. I've met Philip at every minefield, but never really got to know him real well until at this event last year. That's Mike Wright from Texas.
I think I got a Texas flag from him last year.
Yeah, he's proud of the state of Texas, which most Texans are. There's Mr. John Flynn. That's the House of Refuge. Did you go out there?
I didn't go anywhere. I just went to the.
I'm gonna tell you, Sean, if you can get there earlier, and I can't look. We've only been doing it, I think, last 2 years. But if you can go to some of these mini meetups, that's what happened. I bet there was 15, 20 people out here, and we were flying this. But we did like the Jupiter Lighthouse. We did the cruise ship coming in at, I think it was near Juno Beach. I'm not sure. I forgot what the name of that harbor that we were at, but that was cool. Peanut Island, that's where it was at. Oh shoot, that's Tom.
There's Brad without his hat.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't recognize him, can you, without his hat? Tom Dowling from I guess now Utah, Las Vegas. Steve Genesis. Philip. Yeah, I'm from Texas. What a country. What country are you from? Oh, I didn't finish reading it right. That's a pretty cool shot.
Where's that at?
So how did he take that with his drone, I guess? And that's Bob and Audrey, I guess. Yeah,
Yep.
Bob and Audrey.
Versales. Cuban.
You know what it was? This is when they got off the ship. They met him in Miami, and he
All
treated
right,
him to dinner.
we're getting into old pictures. All right. So I want to show some videos that some people posted. I think this one. Let's go to this one.
That's Dusty. I'm not sure who the other gentleman is.
So, let's see, can I make this bigger? I guess we'll just stick it right here. So these are pictures that he took. Dusty got a new camera, so I don't know. I don't know if I saw him using it, but his son-in-law was taking a lot of pictures.
I like that shirt right there.
Yeah. I can't tell what it says.
It says rigged. That's Akirasho's shirt or Kirasho. That's his logo right there. And he made this shirt. I think the names on there were the people that were not there. Jim's droning waypoint. I think what he was doing is saying this is I am Akirasho, Jim's droning, all the people that weren't there. He was claiming to be them. Because we joke around, nobody's seen Warren, so Warren is Akirasho. And he always says rigged. So Jim, you were there. I see you were there. There you are.
Yep, you're right there.
Waypoint, Brian.
So is this Sunrise? Is that what this is?
Yep, that's exactly what that is. I think that's Ricky Williamson standing there and Rodney Bell. Of course, Rodney does a sunrise too, and usually help Dennis when he's not doing it. So at least when they're together like that. So Dusty's saying that was a tribute shirt.
Oh,
that's
gotcha.
Al Sherchion.
Yeah. So for those of y'all that weren't at the drone meetup, this is that really, really expensive Skydio drone that they just released, and this was the police department showed us, took the drone,
did a demonstration.
Yep, did a demonstration. So here's that. Bob sent me this.
That's it. That's a drunken sow, a Saturday night drunk.
What is happening?
Rodney Bell picked up his ukulele and started playing it, and Bob Casey captured this, and he says, "You look like a Saturday night drunk."
He does look drunk. He looks like
Bob Casey's
off his rocker.
Great fashion. Yeah, you go. I mean, when you get a chance, go play that. It was that to me is one of the funny moments of this event as well. Between this and Johnny Drone Flyer doing his FPV flying, that was
that was it.
Some of the quick great moments.
All right, maybe this is a different one. Nope. So Bob sent it to me twice.
Yeah, see, it says Saturday Night Drunk up at the top of it.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Tab. I guess down on a.
That's funny.
Yeah, I agree, John. Bob and his laugh. It's yeah, no sound. Not sure why.
So I'm gonna hide. I'm gonna take this off the stream, and then I wanted to show a video. This is Okeechobee.
Bob's giving you he's giving you a hard time.
Why? Oh, because I took it.
No
Oh, no
sound.
sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Um, yeah, I've got a new setup
Oh,
tonight, and I
Alex,
don't really have all that set up.
Alex is in here now. Alex Escardo. We were just
Oh, what's up,
cooking.
Alex? Alex, I've been showing your pictures all night because you did the best job out of everybody taking pictures of people this year.
So,
Um,
Alex, when you get a chance, send him a copyright strike. Not a strike, but
oh yeah,
claim.
I used all of your. I gave you credit though. I gave you
Yeah.
verbal credit,
Yes, you did.
so I didn't steal it. I just
Alex wouldn't do that
appreciate
anyway.
it.
So.
Yeah. What was I gonna? Oh, so this video that I'm about to show. This is from um, the morning after the South Florida drone meetup, and I'm driving to. Um, I'm planning on driving back to Cairo. I said it right,
Yes, you did.
but I got to Thomasville. Did I say that right, or is
Mm-hmm.
it Thomasville?
No, it's Thomasville.
Okay, so I got to Thomasville at noon, and I was like, I can keep driving. So I went to Kentucky Fried Chicken in Thomasville, Georgia, and I got my computer out and I started looking up campsites. I found another campsite in Hamilton, Georgia, and there's like a lake there, um, and it was the only campsite that like was open that I could reserve on a Sunday evening, like last minute. So I reserved there. That ended up costing me $45, but I was able to cancel the one in Cairo, and I don't know when I'll get that money back, but I was able to cancel. So I drove 3 more hours up to Hamilton, which was a lot closer to home, which made my drive on Monday pretty easy. But anyway, so when I left, one of the things that I wanted to do was I wanted to go back, and there's this beautiful drive between Okeechobee and Jensen Beach that has all of these. It's a covered drive, and it's a straight shot, and it's got all these beautiful trees that kind of cover the road, and it's got all the Spanish moss hanging down. And at sunrise, when I drove to Jensen Beach on Saturday, it was foggy and the sun was like peeking through all those trees. So it was like a cinematic. I mean, it was like a greeting card or something. It was just the most beautiful drive. And so I planned on getting my 360 camera and putting it up on top of my Ford Explorer and driving through there. But what are you laughing at?
No, I'm waiting to hear because I was hoping to hear that you'd put a camera up.
Oh no, I didn't.
That's what I was afraid of. I
Yeah.
was waiting and anticipating, and
Yeah. Well, the reason I didn't is so in Okeechobee, there's like these railroad tracks. And right when I got to the railroad tracks, I look across the street and there is the most beautiful field, all covered in fog at sunrise. And I was like, I'm going to fly that. So I backed into the little, there's like a little gravel drive right by the railroad tracks where they go. There's like some kind of box back there that they maintain. And so I just parked there, put my Avata 2 in front of my Ford Explorer, and I flew it. So the downside of it is I didn't have a fresh SD card. So pro tip number one, whenever you go on a trip somewhere, make sure you charge all your batteries and you clear off your SD cards, or else you'll be like me and you'll get a little 3-minute flight. But I want to show this flight to y'all because it was awesome. I mean, I'm not saying it was awesome because I did it. Like, I don't want to sound cocky.
no,
but
I wanted to ask you what it was like around Lake Okeechobee, so I'm kind of interested in this too.
Yeah, I've got. I don't have it on this computer. The sunrise shot of Lake Okeechobee, the canal or whatever, or it's either a canal or it's like the Kissimmee River. But I've got that, at sunrise. But then,
just to correct you, it's Kissimmee River.
damn it. All right, so I know I'm from Nashville and I should be talking redneck, but
Well, and that's
I should
exactly
start
right.
talking.
You said it correctly because I'm from Lafayette County, not Lafayette County. Even
It's
you know
Lafayette.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know why we rename everything, but we
Yeah.
do.
Oh, I have a really funny story. So I got two stories about things that are called what they're called in Nashville and how people say them, and then how other people say them.
Yeah.
So I changed cable providers one time, and the guy on the phone, who was from Florida, said that I needed to take my cable box, like to get my money back. I had to drop it off at the place or whatever, and he said I needed to drop it off in Lebanon, Tennessee. You know what we call that? Lebanon. You know what Northerners call it? Lebanon. So
Right.
that's the way they say that. And then we have a street in Nashville called Demumbrian. And so, like, your whole life, you listen to like the traffic report on the radio, and everybody calls it Demumbrian. Well, when I became an Uber driver, the AI in my app called it Demon Bruin. So there's two little Nashville names that are weird. And then the other one is I had a neighbor that was from Louisville, Kentucky, and he calls it Louisville.
Right.
So I'm going to show this video real quick. There's no sound on it, so we can talk while it's going on. But these are the railroad tracks. I didn't have time to get like a...
Watch the lines. Boy, you got a
Yep.
lot of power lines there.
Yeah, there's power lines everywhere, and I didn't want to drive over people. Oh, did it just freeze?
Yep, it did.
Dadgummit. Well, crap.
We get that a lot. We get that low lying fog all the time, and it does make for some pretty views. May have to start it over.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna kill it, and I'm gonna move it to the hard drive. So we'll talk a little bit. I'm gonna move it to the desktop and then play it. I think the USB-C on this computer is not very. Either the USB-C is not very fast, or my drive isn't very fast. Watch my computer crash or something. But as you can see, it looks really pretty when it froze. All right, let's try this one more time. I feel like I'm tapping out my computer.
It was pretty windy this time. That was probably the only drawback. It was probably the windiest one I've ever been to. I had asked because I knew that very first meetup they had was pretty windy, and they said it may not have been as windy as that day, but it was definitely comparable to that first meetup. I don't remember. Oh, Phil Chura put up a video, and I liked what he did. He was showing all the scenes and stuff. But what he did was capture the local music. So, you know, Dennis was playing Yellow Submarine, and Paul Wedgenbig went up there and changed the thing to saying Yellow Drone Machine. So he was singing it and calling it Yellow Drone Machine instead.
Oh.
But anyway, he played that as the background music, and then the other singers that were there, and I thought that was pretty good but you could hear the wind noise every now and then. So, you know, I guess you got to put that dead cat on it. What do you call the furry thing that you put on a microphone?
Yeah, it's called a dead cat.
Is it called a dead cat?
I kind of pick on the DJI Mini ones, like the Mic Mini. I call that a dead rat because it's not near as big as a cat.
Right. Now we got dead cat frames, so I had to make sure I don't have a dead cat frame here right now. I like the True X. So that when you break one arm, you don't have to buy special arms for the front and the back.
Oh, nice. I saw there was a folding one. It was like a folding fiber frame.
Really?
That was kind of neat.
I
Yeah,
hadn't seen that. Where'd you see
they all
that
just
at?
kind of folded back. It came up on my Facebook. You know how every once in a while, like Facebook just reads your mind.
Yes. It's been
Well,
reading mine a lot lately.
yeah.
It's been
Well,
filling in my address, or I'll say, "Oh, I'll meet you something." So when I go to punch it in, it's like it's already in there. I had
oh,
that. How'd you do that? I mean, I didn't.
yeah, yeah. We're learning a lot about AI at work, and it's pretty amazing. Actually, I did. Let me see if I can post that on. Oh, I did post it on Facebook. Let me find.
Bob, did you get your oil changed? I see he's back. Bob, I just caution you with that flood water. When you get high waters, ant beds get moved, and ants, it's amazing. Those suckers can ride that high water, and you really got to be careful about getting into those. And then the wildlife is another thing that is subject to getting you snakes and things like that. So you really got to watch when you're around that. So explain that to me, because I did see this, but I don't know if I get it. Tell me.
All right.
Oh, is
So
this an AI generated something?
yeah, so I was at the doctor this morning, and I saw that Joe Merica, Captain Joe, posted a action figure of himself, and then Lance Cadana did the same thing, and so I was like,
Oh, so that's what's going on, because I saw Lance's.
yeah, and I I asked Joe, I was like, how do you do that? And he said, Chat GPT, be as specific as possible. And so then I watched a video of someone else doing it, and he used Chat GPT, and he said, um, like I could spend a lot of time like typing out whatever, um, whatever I wanted, but he said use Chat GPT to actually make the prompt. So it was something like create an action figure of me of my create an action figure of myself as a tech savvy YouTube content creator, um, that specializes in drones and cameras and stuff like that.
So what camera do you have in your hand? What is that?
Well, they're all kind of made up by AI. So
Right. Okay.
um, the one in the top right is supposed to be an Inspire. It's not.
Yeah.
When I went to change that to an Inspire, then it messed up um, the Air 3S or whatever.
And look at the goggles. The goggles are awful too.
Yeah. Well, I did VR, so that's kind of spot on, but
Okay.
Yeah. And then but then I was like, I want a navy shirt, long sleeve shirt with a puffy orange vest. And then I uploaded a picture of my face. That doesn't look like me at all, but it got my beard right. But my nose is huge, and that's not that big in real life. But I thought it did a pretty good job.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Um, and I ran out of tries.
It's
Like
a Mac Pro or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a MacBook Pro. It did pretty good on the GoPro. The back of it. And the 360 camera looks like an Insta360 something. So I'm not sure what this is down here, but
it's a Action 2 camera. It's not, but it's close.
Yeah. So I'm having a hard time getting this video. I think my computer is.
And Bob's giving you a hard time again. What did he say up there?
Oh, I'm sure he is.
One Sean is enough. He had another comment up there higher. I forgot what it was. Skynet taking over. That's what Dusty said. And then Bob said, every time I see AI, it looks like Al to me. Al is taking over, take away human creativity. Oh no, AI generated Sean. Lord help us all.
Yep.
You need to make John Flynn, Flying Flynn Media, a moderator when you get a chance.
Oh yeah, where's he at? Let me see.
You
I haven't had anybody new in here in a while. I forgot to do that.
got to meet John, I'm sure. I mean, you've met him before, right?
Well, I think we've said hi to each other every year, but we haven't really had a conversation, I don't think.
Super good guy.
Yeah. I just asked him to be my friend on Facebook, so.
Sean's a movie star.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
My clock is wrong again. I need to flip it, I guess. I guess I need to flip my screen. Yeah, and oh, you know what? You don't see my flags up there, but I got Bob Casey's flags. And the reason why you don't see them is because I just took the poster that Johnny's granddaughter did, and I've got it between the two flags so I can flatten it out. Ronnie gave me a Second Amendment flag.
Oh, yeah? Wait, what's the Second Amendment flag look like?
Hold on, I'll show you. It's well, let me just grab it and show it to you.
He came prepared. He's wearing pants.
That's it.
Oh, that's cool. 2A.
Yeah, I can't hear you right now because I don't have the headphones on, but so that's it. So he used bullet shell casings up here for the stars, but 2A Second Amendment. It's Second Amendment. It's a right to bear arms.
Okay.
But I can tell you, my prized possession is that American flag sitting down there. That sunline is just beautiful. I'm getting the old timers.
Yeah.
Why did Jim say that? I thought I was doing pretty good. I'm doing better tonight. Last night I came in kind of like you, tired and just getting off the road. Literally, I hadn't got home hour. I think I was here 1 hour, and Johnny said, "Are you going live tonight?" And I said, "Oh shoot, that's right. It is Monday, isn't it?" And luckily enough, he called me on the road, so I thought about it. Yeah. If you could stay at the hotel is. I think this is Dusty's first time staying at the hotel. There's so much that happens. I mean, the event never stops because when you're at the hotel, we all sit down in the lobby, and again, that is where you really get to know each other, because it may be just you and somebody else sitting over there talking and I mean, you get to talk, extended period of time, and then next thing you know, you're going to dinner somewhere, and guess what? You might be sitting with somebody else, and it's look what you did, Bob. It's all your fault.
Yeah. That's what I did last year. This year I had a lot less money.
It's
so I tried to go to campsites, and I actually did save a lot of money this year going
Mm.
compared to what I did last. Because I think I spent, I don't know, like $300 a night at the hotel last year, maybe.
Oh yeah.
And
No, I just settled up, and yes, you are correct.
yeah,
Spent some
so
money.
I spent um, $30 a night in Georgia, and well, $30 the first night, $40 every other night. So I probably spent $160 on all 4 nights.
Mm, that's,
Um,
that's good. And how was your setup? So I know Brent was giving you a hard time earlier. Man, all you had to do is drive in and park. Because
yeah,
you do have it where you get to sleep in your vehicle, right? So
yeah. So I, at the last minute before I left, I saw on Facebook Marketplace for 100. I think I got it for $120. It's it's an 8-person tent that has a side that opens up that you can put over your your back door on your SUV.
mm-hmm.
And so I set that up the first night in Cairo
Yep.
and got it down. Um, and it took a
They
little
are the
bit.
syrup makers. Their football team is the syrup makers. SYURP, the syrup makers.
Yeah, that's weird. Um, yeah, the so I did that the first night, and then but what my setup is, um, so last year I did camp last year as well, but I did it in the Nissan Rogue, which didn't have as much room. So I was, I couldn't turn on my side. I couldn't, it was that kind of stuff. So um, I ended up giving that to my wife, the Nissan Rogue, and then I traded her car in and I got a Ford Explorer. And I did that after knowing that I was going to camp out in it. So the Ford Explorer, I can put almost a sheet of plywood in the back and still be able to drive it.
Right.
So, I think I have 74 inches from the front seat to the back door. Um, and I'm only 5'10", so that's more than enough length for me. Um, so I set it up so that I could have a bed, basically a twin bed, and a bunch of toolboxes with all my drones and clothes and stuff in it. And so which really helped out the last night because of the tornadoes. It was pouring down rain, and all I needed was to set up a tarp. So I strapped a tarp to my.
And I don't know if you know, but you were correct. They were tornadoes. I'm seeing some of the damage now.
Yep.
Since I got back up here, they have definitely verified that they had several tornadoes set down.
Yeah. So yeah.
Bob, you know what? I wish some of you other guys would get in here and come in these streams too, because
Me
Sean
too.
put that link up there and nobody else clicked it. So
Nobody ever does. I put it up there every week, unless I invite people like 2 weeks in advance. And I used to spend a lot of time sending emails out, inviting people, but
well, I wish other people would do it because you know, Josh, once you come on a live stream, you get to. I just think it's a little bit better if you can have somebody to kind of banter back and forth a little bit, because I know what you're doing over there is hard. I mean, you're trying to look something up and set something up so you can play it, and you got dead air, and dead air is not necessarily good. So,
all right, we're going to try this video one more time from where it's at. I don't think it's going to work, but we're going to try it again.
why is Dusty calling you a crazy man? He is pretty crazy. So Sean is a crazy man.
Oh, maybe for camping in the tornado.
Oh, okay. Ken Hoffbauer did that one time. He got real close to one too. He said it was pretty scary.
Yeah. So where my campsite, when I was driving up to it, so the hardest part for me was driving up to it because there was all this flash flooding in Georgia. So I'd be going, I think I'd slowed down to maybe 40 miles an hour on the interstate, and then I'd hit this big puddle. And I was like,
Hydroplane.
I never hydroplaned, but I definitely felt the wheel turn a little bit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but like I kept a straight. I've driven in snow enough to just know that, like, if I get a good momentum, like not to turn the wheel or anything, just kind of like float in the right direction. um, but oh,
What happened?
where'd you go?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think my computer has given up. Well, dadgum, what's the point of buying a gaming computer if it just keeps freaking out? Must be Windows. No, I'm just kidding. I think I'm trying to play that video off of a external hard drive, and it's not.
I tried to get Josh. He was in Bill the Drone Reviewer. Oh, he must have been trying to bring him over here to chat it up. Now we got it. You're right. Josh was we got to hang around with Josh quite a bit. I mean,
All right, well, I give up on that video.
Joel was another one that he came down with. Well, I mean, they flew in together with John Flynn, and I don't think Joel had to get a rental car. I think he actually rode with the Flynns. Yeah, so Dusty must have leaned on you guys for some help with the camera.
Yeah, his son-in-law was doing a great job taking pictures.
Ryan Hall. Who's Ryan Hall? I don't know Ryan Hall.
Yeah, I was trying to think who Ryan was too.
Bob got his oil drain.
He's out there changing his oil.
Yeah, he said he had to go earlier because he's going to go drain his oil, and so I noticed he was back in here chatting. So I guess he got his oil changed. He just let me know he did. Yeah, so my intro is a compilation of pictures, and I've been collecting them through the years, but then I never show them anywhere. And I said, well, shoot, I know what to do with them now. And so 1 second clips, and they just roll. And the problem is the intro is pretty long. It's like 2.5 minutes. Gives me time though to get set up and get to going. I just know what sound to listen for. That I know it's fixing to go. It's time to go live. Oh,
Yeah.
Weather Channel. YouTube Weather Channel. Ryan Hall, y'all.
All right, this might be computer suicide, but I'm gonna try to just render it to my desktop. See if that works. I doubt it will.
Well, I'm gonna have to go soon. 9 o'clock is usually my cutoff time. How long do you usually go with your show?
If I'm by myself, I usually go 6:30 to 8, which is 9 your time.
Your Central Time, yeah.
Yep. So I always tell everybody it starts at 7, So all the regulars show up at 6:30, and by the time 7 hits, there's a good chat going. But because I
Well, the
used to
bad
start at
thing
like,
about going to one of these events is you have to come back to reality, and then man, you get smacked in the face with it. So
yeah.
my phone rang from starting about 8 o'clock, and I was on the phone until about noon before it finally started settling down again.
So Stephen, I'm not even gonna try to say your last name. Um, just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Stephen, and I shoot with the dual DJI Osmo 5. Looks like I caught you a little late. So, um, yeah, welcome to the chat. If you shoot with dual Osmo 5s, you're probably following some of my videos of trying to figure out how to get 3D video or VR 180 video out of action cameras. So I would love to pick your brain to see how you're doing that with the Osmo 5. But yeah, welcome to the chat. Hope you're having a good night. Yeah.
Well, tell one of these other guys to click that link and come in here and talk to you.
Oh, I think I'm going
Bob
to call them.
Casey, Mr. Bob Casey.
Yeah.
Bob's sitting there calling me out for being on live channels too much. Get your butt in here. I actually invited Bob and mine, and he didn't come, son of a gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had Bob on my live stream. The only time I've live streamed with Bob was when we were together on top of Pilot Rock.
Yep.
And
with Barkley, right? Weren't you with Barkley?
Yep. And I
that
stuck
monkey,
my face on
that
his live.
daggum monkey.
Yeah. I don't know what the monkey's name was then. It's probably Spanky back then.
Yeah, and it's gotten renamed. I don't know if you heard that story. You know, he was calling it Kiko, I think.
Yep.
And there was a copyright problem, so they've had to rename it to Kehoe. Keho.
Yep. Every time I talk to him, he's renamed his monkey. So,
well, supposedly they copyrighted that name. So now the day I was with him, that was the final day for anybody to claim it or say something. So they had to go 24 hours. So it was that day, and I never heard whether they were okay, but they only had like 12 hours to go. So anyway.
yeah. Well, Scotty, thank you for hanging out.
Absolutely.
I'm
glad you came, Sean. Well, I'm sorry but just real quick, how was Okeechobee? Pretty around there? Like
I think Okeechobee's beautiful. What I really enjoyed is so you were the one telling me about the Bellamy brothers, right? That's kind of
yeah.
So
and they're not there. I finally looked it up, and they're in Dade City, which is closer to the Gulf side.
Okay. But after our conversation, I saw several. I looked for the ranches on the way back, and there were several farms. What I loved about Okeechobee was, so from what I understand, Lake Okeechobee used to flood all the time. And so they've put a lot of work into making these canals and waterways, and it's like the highway of boats. Like there's all these little just canals, and then like they can drive their boat into one spot, and it's like a I don't know, a changeover, and they close one side and open up another side. So the lake is beautiful, the Everglades is beautiful, the canals are beautiful, and then the fields are beautiful. So there's like, I think we should move the drone meet up to Lake Okeechobee because there's no wind over there. It's beautiful.
I don't know what they're doing, but somebody said move it inland, and that kind of I don't know Lake Ocho. You know, it's funny. I mean, I was born in Florida, so Florida's what I know. But when you look at the state, I mean, that big circle down there, that's a defining part of Florida. And
Yep.
I was like, I've never gone. And it's like, man, I'm almost there right now. It's sad that I don't ride over and see what it's about.
Yeah. Yeah. There's another part. I didn't even go to the city. I mean, I
Yeah,
drove a little.
Dusty's down there, and I don't know if you've seen what he's chatting about, but
Yep.
uh, he knows that area better than probably me and you.
Yep. Yeah. He was talking about it before I got there. He told me to lock up my stuff and keep it from the rednecks. But
Yeah, he was giving you directions about what 70. I can't Highway 70 or something like
oh
that.
yeah, 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 and I think it's 70 maybe. But but in the little town, there's this park that goes the whole length of the town of Okeechobee that has it's got all these sculptures of like war and ships and stuff like that. And so one of my plans was just to hit the drone and cruise control and just fly that whole strip. But I really wanted. I had more plans than I think were realistic. I
You
always
had
like to
more
be,
plans than time.
yeah. I always like to be prepared. I don't want to sit around and be like, well, now I don't know what to do. I'm in this whole other state. So I looked up things before I got there. But after the South Florida drone meetup, because I kind of almost dozed off on the way there, I was like, I really just wanted to get the drive over with. So, and I didn't even take my VR camera out. I just spent all this money on a VR camera, and I was like, I'm going to get all these little towns. So, but I think because I'd never done it before, I was I didn't want to waste time and get it wrong. So here in Tennessee, I'm going to go to Franklin, Tennessee and do a VR video there and actually take some time and learn how to do it the right way. So I can just stop somewhere and do it quickly. And I've already got all the thought out of the way, you know?
Right.
So, but yeah, like I'm about to put out some videos this week of that sunrise that I showed you like a second and a half of, and then the sunrise video I think is going to be really pretty because I put it in cruise control. I put it at like I think it's like 5 miles an hour, and then I did it in 60 frames per second, so I can even slow that down. So I think that's going to be a beautiful video, just because the sun is like the sunrise colors are reflecting off of the water, so most of it's like black or like really dark green, like the land, but then the water is like orange, so you get to see all these like curves of the water and stuff like that. It was so pretty that like no matter what I do, it's going to turn out good, you know. So I'm excited about that video. And then on the drive back, I didn't take any videos of anything. So I got a campsite video that the Facebook group, the car camping Facebook group is probably going to be more interested in that than any of my subscribers.
When you travel, did you do the interstates or back roads or what?
I did.
Well, if you K road, that would have been 84. I guess you were on when you're going through
Yeah,
Georgia.
I did both. I did interstates. I did toll roads, which I think was the worst decision I made because the toll roads had more traffic on them than probably the other. I probably got there faster if I didn't use the toll roads because there was so much construction. And then Orlando
Did the turnpike?
Yeah.
I didn't have any problems with turnpike. We blew right through it.
Yeah, the turnpike for me, there was construction on it, and then I came to a dead stop before Orlando. So I must have been hitting it at the
So
time
did you go down I-75 and then hit turnpike in Wildwood?
I don't know exactly.
Because that more kind of tends to go out. But now I had to go. I had to take Joe Fodolito back to Orlando Airport. And boy, it was like night and day when I got into Orlando and then getting in and out. It was tough.
Yeah.
And maybe it was the time that you went to, because that put me being a lot later. And I literally got off the interstate. I was like, somebody's going to die out here. You'd be
Yeah.
going 70 miles an hour and then slam on brakes. And then
Yeah.
it would free up, and then you same thing. And it just kept stopping and going, stopping and going. I got all the way up to Ocala and said, screw this. I got off and hit the back roads.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like you went earlier in the week. I think because I was driving there Friday. That's when everybody's going to Orlando for the weekend. And then I left on Sunday, that's when everybody's leaving Orlando. So I was like,
yeah, you're probably right. And yes. So even when I go, whatever time, like you said, but it's that Orlando area is where it starts getting rough.
mm-hmm.
But if you can get through that, then all of a sudden it frees up again. And it's, I say I'm not a toll guy. I'm usually the guy that go around it. But since Johnny's been going with me, I've been taking that toll, and I've actually been pretty pleased with it. I mean, we used to have to stop and throw money in it all the time.
Oh yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, that wasn't worth a darn. But now they've got it where it reads your license plate, and it's just get and go.
Yep. And I got one of those robotic license plate covers.
Yeah.
That like comes down over it right before I go under the camera. No, I didn't get that. But I was thinking about a
put
device.
The mirror on it so it reflects it back.
Yeah. Put one of those glossy.
Well, it's funny you say that. We've done it 3 years in a row and haven't gotten they've never sent it to us.
Really?
Now I'm definitely anticipating getting it this time, because when I went in, that's where all that Orlando activity is. And I know they're catching those people because that's where they're making their revenue. There were so many cars. It was incredible.
Yep. I got pulled over when we went to Disney a couple of years ago because my wife's car, the license plate had just expired. It was like maybe 4 days expired, and we got hit with like $180 ticket. And I even sent them, like, when we got it, like here in Nashville, if you get a warning and you get like you need to send this in, you need to prove that you got your license updated. Right. Not in Florida. Like, you get hit with it, it's like, you broke the rule, screw you. Give us your money. We need to pay for Mickey's pants. But I don't know why I just said that. I don't know where that went.
That's because you're Sean. I hear you say things like that every now and then. It's just, where'd that come from?
Yep, I've got a weird, twisted mind sometimes. I should have said something about Mickey's shirt because he didn't have a shirt. But yeah, I'm getting loopy, so I think I'm gonna call it a night.
I have found the leave button and I'm putting my mouse over it, so
okay.
I'm fixing to tell you the same thing. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming and hanging out, and you're welcome anytime. I appreciate you.
I'll try to get back around here. But it was good seeing you down there again. That's always a good time. You're going to a minefield this year? Yeah,
I'm going to minefield, and then I think I'm going to try to figure out something else closer.
Sloss, what? Are you going to Sloss this weekend? That's in Alabama. I think Fly High is doing that. That looks like a good FPV event, but it's like, there's no way I can go again this weekend,
Yeah.
So I think they're having it this weekend.
Yeah, I think I'm running out of vacation days. Like I'm going to summer camp with our youth group, and then we're going on a mission trip to Black Mountain after, like, we're building like a barn or like a orphanage or something, and then Yeah, and then Thanksgiving and Christmas, like I feel like I'm almost like I'm out of vacation days, so
Right.
um, I might
Right.
be like put it here where
I'm,
he
I'm,
came and worked at the South Florida drone meetup.
I'm gonna shut my mouth because I guarantee you we can keep the conversation going.
Yeah,
Good to hear you though. You're gonna go do a yeah. I'm tired too. I can't even remember
yeah,
going to go build a barn.
yeah,
A mission trip?
yep,
I haven't been on one in a long time, but we used to go all the time. So
yeah. This will be the first one I've ever done in the country. I've gone out of the country a lot, but
mm.
but all right. Good night.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Thanks for joining the chat. Um, I'm gonna go to bed, but I hope you guys have a good week, a wonderful week, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Please like, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell for notifications when I put out more live streams, more videos on just drones and cameras and all the good stuff. Have a wonderful week, y'all. Peace out.